All right, 3 jobs. All right, good morning. Big waves out there this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So we are not going to have Coach Palmer this morning because he is in Atlanta in meetings right now. So you're going to get me, and hopefully you enjoy that as well and get a good lesson. And then we're going to have a special guest on here because we are talking about her word. So I'm going to tell you the word. I'm going to give you the definition. And then Melanie, I'm going to look for you. There you are. I'll make you a co-host, so you'll be able to unmute. But after I give the definition, if you wouldn't mind just telling us why you picked it. But our word for the day is breakthrough. And man, have there not been times in your life, I know there have been in mine, when I felt like a breakthrough was impossible. Maybe a breakthrough was for other people. And then there's been times when you're like, oh, wow, like I did have a breakthrough, but you almost have to look at it through, what is that called? Hindsight? Like through hindsight. So what is a breakthrough? A breakthrough is an act of overcoming or penetrating an obstacle or restriction, a major achievement or success that permits further progress. So it's something that happens in our life that allows us to move forward in a more dramatic way than maybe we were on our like constant day-to-day trajectory. So I love it. I think it's a powerful word. But Melanie, I was going to ask you, what made you pick it and what does that mean to you?
Thank you, Andrea. Good morning.
Good morning.
I chose the word breakthrough just because I think it truly exemplifies everything for my 2023, everything that is happening in my life now. Over the past few years, there's been a lot of growth, a lot of positivity, especially with regard to my business and network marketing. But what a lot of people don't know is also the last 3+ years now have been the most excruciatingly painful, most challenging, just extremely difficult years of my life. So sometimes when you hit those walls, you just know that God brings beauty from ashes, but we also know that everything is in God's timing. So I am just not only pursuing breakthrough, but I'm experiencing it by remaining grateful and remaining faithful. And I'm just speaking life over my situation and just speaking into existence that true breakthrough is going to abound and is abounding everywhere in all facets of my life this year. So it's just my word, and I'm believing for it.
Well, that is beautiful. I love it. And I'm excited for your breakthrough and your growth and your peace and your joy that 2023 is going to bring you. And I love where you went because the quote that I found really speaks to that, where it says there's no drive-through breakthroughs. Breakthroughs take time. And that's Joyce Meyer. And, I think we all want that eureka moment sometimes where, you trip on, I don't know, a pot of gold or something, and your whole world is changed. But typically, a breakthrough is going to come through hard work, through that mental decision, through being proactive. And I just love that we're going to see that in all of our worlds this year. So, breakthrough is something that changes the course of your life going forward and ensures that things will never be the same for us again. And I think about some of the breakthroughs that I've had in my life, and, I haven't done anything crazy big or whatever, but I've seen big changes. And when I look back, I was always a great worker bee. That's always been a strength of mine. Really, really great employee with like a really strong employee mindset. I'm really good at following directions, or was maybe. I was very focused when directed, but really only when directed. It was always external. And the biggest breakthrough that I saw in myself was when I found myself in our industry, for many of you. And I realized that if I really wanted to be successful, it all came from one skill, and that was being able to employ myself. And it really created this like drastic shift in my world where I realized nobody was going to save me in terms of telling me what to do. Nobody was going to say, okay, Andrea, you've got to wake up at this time and you got to get these things done. And then you've got, like nobody was going to walk me through my day. You got to show up at the office at this time. And when I had that realization, it really created this incredible breakthrough that probably broke me as an employee now, because you really can't direct me too much. I don't do real great with that anymore, but it created something really amazing in my business. So just thought I would share that little bit of personal side. But if we're looking for a breakthrough, so if you're like Melanie and you're like, you know what I want in 2023, I want a breakthrough. Here's some ways that we can create one in our life. So first of all is refuse to accept conventional answers or the comforting, platitudes that we can hear so many times. Be curious, dig deeper, because if we ask those questions, we might get to something that allows us to create something really incredible with our life. So don't be afraid to ask the stupid questions. Don't be afraid to dig a little bit deeper. Don't be afraid to be skeptical of what is actually happening in order to get to the meat of it and get out to the other side. Number 2 is to take risks. I'm like the least risk-taking human. It makes me giggle whenever I say this, but maybe your risk is small in somebody else's world, but maybe it's a big risk for you. Focus on a little bit of change. Focus on things that could create some discomfort in your life, and that will help you move forward. It'll help you fail. And what is failure? Failure is a lesson that we can learn that can create that breakthrough. Number 3 is to keep a wide open mind. Real change and growth typically happen in a way that we would never have looked for. I'll tell you, like I said, I was a worker bee. I liked being an employee, or at least I felt comfortable there. I never would have looked at this industry. I was not interested in network marketing, maybe because I was ignorant of it or whatever it may be, but it wasn't something that I was looking for. So I really had to have an open mind when it was brought to me so that I could take advantage of the opportunity. And I'm forever grateful that I did. Number 4 is to be who you are, whoever that may be. So, sometimes we can focus on looking a certain way, behaving a certain way, being a certain person. But if we want to break through, we have to be authentic to who we actually are, which for number 5 is to make mistakes joyfully. I don't think any of us wants to screw up. I don't think Colleen wakes up in the morning and says, you know what I want to do today? I want to mess up in an incredible way. I don't think so. But if we do make a mistake, do it with joy and say, you know what? I made a mistake. I learned from it. And I'm so grateful. And we may have a little giggle of, ooh, I did a whoopsie, but get out onto the other side. Number 6 is dare to let go. We all can tend to hold on to what we know, even if it's something that's no longer serving us. So dare to let go of what's comfortable to stretch for something that's really great. And then lastly, be nice to you. So if we truly want a breakthrough, we sometimes have to shut down that critic that can live right in here that says, oh, you could never, you're too young, you're too old, you're too whatever, right? That inner critic can absolutely be a roadblock for our breakthrough. So shut down that inner critic and move forward. So thank you guys for this. Melanie, thank you for a very, very powerful word for today. And I'm so grateful and excited for each and every one of us to have a phenomenal breakthrough. So thank you guys. Have a beautiful, what day was it again? Thursday. And I'll see you back here on Friday. So love you guys. Have a beautiful day. Hello, hello.
Thank you.
Love you, Andrea.
Glad you're here.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you,
Love you
Melanie.
guys. Have a great day.
Love
Thank
you
you,
all.
Melanie.
Thank you, Melanie.
Thank
Great.